big news of the morning is major storm damage in the western UP. Ansley Watson is on her way to Gogebic County this morning for her first look. She's trying to call us by phone now, provided that we have got this a good signal service. Good morning, Ansley. What are you seeing out there right now?
Good morning, Vicki. There is constant rain around 4 a.m. as John and I turn to 141 south and 28 west. Huge downpour hit us. Winds, very, very sharp lightning. I just called the Gogebic County Sheriff's Department, got off the phone with them, and they said that all of Wakefield has water damage, wind damage. There's trees and power lines down everywhere. They even said north of Bessemer around Little Girls County Park, some roads are so flooded that officials are trying to figure out ways to get up there. They're in meetings right now. We're about 5 minutes outside of Wakefield. John and I have already seen a couple of trees down by the road, so we are almost to Wakefield, soon to get to Bessemer, and we should have a full report to you coming soon. So back to you in the station.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. You guys be careful out there. I think that goes for anybody traveling in the western UP. If you see water on the road, please don't even take the chance.
Yes, turn around, don't drown.
Welcome back. 10 after the hour this morning. Right away, we're going to head right out to Ansley Watson. She is in Gogebic County this morning, keeping an eye and assessing some of the damages out in that region. We do know that there was severe weather that hit out in the area overnight, and so we're going to hand it right out to Ansley to find out more about what is happening. Ansley, good morning.
Good morning, Vicki. We are right next to Sunday Lake in Wakefield. Joining me this morning is Jim, who is the owner of the property that we're standing on. And Jim, it's quite a disaster out here.
It's just a total disaster. Unbelievable.
When we look around, you're the owner of this building. It's an old ice skating rink.
Yeah.
The roof is completely wiped off.
Taken right off. Yeah.
And
So it landed in the lake, partially in the lake over there. There were campers. This is a little campground. One camper flipped over. Guy made it out safely. Two other campers untouched. But trees are pretty much gone.
It looks like one side of the lake wasn't touched, but over here where we're standing, it did.
It looks like it went across the lake, and if you follow the path of it, there's another camper and flipped over and some buildings down over there. But nobody, as far as I know, nobody has been hurt. I've talked to the fire department here in town, and they were out, since midnight, I guess.
Yeah, you said somebody in the camper right over here, and we can't see it right now, but you said it is flipped over.
It's flipped over into the lake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that person is now inside the ice skating rink?
No, that person is with his daughter in town. There is one cyclist that spent the night in the rink, luckily. That part of the ice rink in the front there is untouched, but the main roof on the building is gone, lifted right off.
Now, did you wake up to winds? What were you hearing?
I live in town here. Normally we stay in our camper, but we were watching the weather reports last night, and my wife got a little scared, so I said, well, let's go home. I only live 2 miles from here, and I honestly never heard a thing. My phone started ringing after midnight, and it was the fire department and Gene Brasmanick's daughter calling me. I was totally unaware that a storm hit. Yeah.
Have you drove around to see any other damage?
Yeah, I've been all over now since midnight.
And what have you seen?
A lot of trees down, but pretty much this is the majority of the damage right here.
I know the high school is right next to us with a lot of tree damage. There's also a set of bleachers on the football field that were completely thrown into the fencing over here near us.
Yeah, what it looks like is it possibly touched down in a little community called Waco up on the top of the hill. I guess they were hit pretty hard. All the electric poles and lines are down. I noticed that power is back on in the main part of the city, but I would guess it's going to be quite some time before they get this. I know all the utility workers are out right now. They got a big job.
Was your power out?
It is. It's out now. It's out here too. I think just the central part of town is on right now.
So basically over here, the 2 campers that were affected, your building right here, the roof was completely knocked off, and you said a camper right next to it then was knocked over as well.
This one here, seems to be, other than a little bit of brush, and I can't believe it that they survived it, because it seems like it came right across from the south, heading north, and they were right out in the open, you know.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Stay with us for more information. Reporting live in Wakefield, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks, Ansley.
Welcome back. Well, this morning, weather is the headline as major storms move through the western UP overnight, causing some major damage, power outage down to trees, flipped campers. This morning, Ansley Watson is live on the scene in Gogebic County with more on the cleanup and some of the damage that was left behind. Ansley?
Good morning, Sam. I'm standing in Bessemer outside the Gogebic County Sheriff's Department. Joining me this morning is Under Sheriff Solberg. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks.
So right here in Bessemer, we don't see too much damage as we look around, not much happening, but you're saying Bessemer Township got hit.
There's one section in Bessemer Township where there's some damage to some buildings, a barn, and a lot of trees down and power lines. Other than that, Wakefield, Michigan received some damage. Again, power lines, trees, structural damage to buildings, etc. Crew's been working all night on that, trying to clean it up. Little Girls Point, towards Lake Superior in our county, we've had numerous washouts on the roads, which is making it very difficult to get to Little Girls Point. The roads are washed out to the east and to the west, so it's hard to access from Wisconsin also. The road commission has been out working all night trying to fix the problem so that we're able to gain access to the residents in the Little Girls Point area to make sure everything's okay over there. So that's what we're working on at this point.
What time did calls start coming in?
We first started getting calls about trees down and some flooding at about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and that was in Ironwood Township.
Were you here? Did you hear the storm? What were you doing at this time?
Well, I was at home at the time, and I was calling in about 11 o'clock Central Standard Time when the calls started to overwhelm our department and the local resources.
So you'd say mainly Bessemer Township and Wakefield kind of got the brunt of the hit along with Little Girls Point?
I would say Wakefield and Little Girls Point area along Lake Superior, and Bessemer, like I said, I have not been out to the township. I have not seen the damage. That's a smaller area in Bessemer Township.
Okay, so kind of what's the plan of action here going forward?
Well, now that the sun is up, we're going to be able to assess the damage more. We will check the power company will be out working throughout the day. The road commission is going to try to fix some of the washouts as soon as they can, so we can start moving our officers to the Little Girls Point area. Is probably our main effort right now.
And is there any injuries that have been reported?
We have no reported injuries other than, well, structural damage to residences, and roads are the main problem.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
At this time, we've just been busy. We've been working with the state police. They have some resources coming in to help us. DNR has resources coming in. We've talked to the Coast Guard. So we're going to be getting some help from some outside agencies. But other than that, I'd like people to just remain calm. If they're stuck somewhere behind a washout, we will get to you as soon as we can.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Reporting live in Bessemer, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.